Hi students, how are you? I think you are fine. And this video for you about the activities we have there in the chapter the blue light. Hmm? So first of all, we can discuss about the activity of grammar. This grammar part you can see there. Read these sentences. There was no one on the road and no light. I would have to wait for the rain to stop or get wet. I was sad, but I did not know why. I was afraid, yet I still walked up to my bedroom. Here you can see some words are highlighted. The highlighted words in these sentences are called coordinating conjunctions. The words and in first sentence or in second sentence but in third sentence yet in fourth sentence. These words are called coordinating conjunctions. What are they? They are used to join two words, phrase or phrases or clauses of equal importance. Here you can see I was sad. It is a clause. Hmm? There have a subject and predicate. It is a I was sad. And next one, I did not know why. I did not know why. It is an another clause. Here, but came. And the word but joined two clauses and made into one sentence. I was sad, but I did not know why. Okay. So, this but called coordinating conjunction because this but coordinating two clauses into one sentence. Is it clear? Okay. Then what is next? Now read this sentence. Buy one shirt and you get the second at half price. Buy one shirt. One sentence, one clause. And you get the second at half price. Another clause, another sentence. Here and the word and joined coordinated two clauses and made into one sentence. Is it clear? Okay. Then this is a compound sentence. This is a compound sentence. Why? Compound sentences have two or more main clauses which are joined using coordinating conjunctions. Here, the coordinating conjunction is and. Hmm? Buy one shirt is one clause. You get the second at half price is another clause. Then this word and the coordinating conjunction joined these two clauses and made one sentence. So, the sentence which are made by joining two clauses with the help of one coordinating conjunction is called a compound sentence. Is it clear? Okay. Then at last, main clauses are independent. They are independent. They can do their own self. Independent clauses and can stand alone. They can stand alone. They can give complete meaning. No need another sentence. They can give complete meaning. For example, buy one shirt. It has a meaning to buy one shirt. It is a independent clause. They have a subject and predicate. In these main clauses, there will be subject and predicate. Okay. Here you can see I was sad. I subject. Was sad is predicate. It is a main clause. It can give a meaning itself. No need to another one. So it is independent clause and it is main clause. It can give meaning. It can stand alone. So we learned here coordinating conjunction, and coordinating conjunction will make compound sentence, and in compound sentence there will be main clause, independent clause. Is it clear? Everything is clear? Yeah. Okay, good. Then we have next activity A. Complete these sentences using and, or, but, or, yet. These coordinating conjunctions we can use in the given spaces of the sentences. The first one we have there in the textbook the itself, but used there. Next one, this dupatta is beautiful. Dash light. You will find it easy to wear. This dupatta is beautiful. Dash light. Okay, like that complete this six sentences. Very simple, you can do yourself. Next activity, join these sentences using the correct coordinating conjunctions. Write them in your notebooks. There are six sentences and we have to add these coordinating conjunctions and or but yet and write into another sentence. Okay, for example, Mrinal loves to read. One clause, one sentence. Mrinal loves to read. He wants a new book for his birthday. Another sentence. So when we adding coordinating conjunction, it will be like this. Mrinal loves to read and is coordinating conjunction. He wants a new book for his birthday. Then it was rewrote into one another sentence. Okay, like that you can write the remaining sentences. Is it clear? Yeah. Okay. Next activity, vocabulary. What's vocabulary here? Yeah, here we are learning about phrasal verb. I think you may learned phrasal verb in the last year from your course book in your 5th standard. Vocabulary, the phrasal verb. Read the sentence. I picked up the lamp and shook it. Picked up. Okay, the highlighted phrase is a phrasal verb. We learned about phrase. What is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words which will make a sense. Okay, that is phrase. And it is phrasal verb because there are two words and one is verb. Okay, then phrasal verb. The phrasal verb pick up. The meaning of pick up. Meaning of phrasal verb pick up means to lift something up from a surface on which it is resting. For example, the pen will be on the table. When we picked it up, picked the pen up, picked up the pen, lifted up the pen from the surface, from the table where it was on that table. Okay, then when we are lifting something to high from a surface, it's called pick up. Then this pick up is phrasal verb. Very simple. Phrasal verb is group of words which will give a new meaning because of this addition. One verb will be there and one another word also will be there. Maybe some adverb or like that preposition, like that word will be up and like that things, and it will make new meaning. Pick, pick have the meaning of take. Okay, when up also added there, then it mean to lift something from a surface. Okay, we have some other phrasal verbs using the word pick. Look at some more phrasal verbs with pick and their meanings. One, pick at. What's the meaning of pick at? To eat only small amount of a meal because you do not feel hungry. When you are not hungry, you will eat only few food. This eating few amount of food called pick at. Okay. Second one, pick on. Pick on means to keep treating someone badly or unfairly. When we are treating to somebody badly or behaving to somebody badly, it is called a pick on. Next one, pick out. To choose one person from a group. When we are choosing something from a group, it's called a pick out. For example, when we are choosing some toys on the from the shopping mall, we can say pick out. Okay, I pick out the doll from the toys mall. Okay, we choosing one thing from a group of that thing. It is called a pick out. Next one, pick over. Look through things carefully to reject the ones that you do not want. When you are looking to something, we want to avoid something we do not want. When we are looking to something that we have to avoid because we do not want it. This, for example, I picked over the tomato to make the salad. Okay, to make salad I don't want tomato, so I picked over. I want to reject it. It is picked over. Next one, pick off. To shoot at one particular person, animal or vehicle that you have chosen from a group. I picked off on the tiger in the forest. there was a group of tigers. Then I picked up one from that group of tiger and I shooted him. So I shooted it, then it's called a pick off. Is it clear? Yeah, phrasal verbs of pick. Okay, good. Then what is your activity? Complete these sentences using the correct forms of the phrasal verbs from the list above. We have 6 phrasal verbs we learned in this chapter: pick up, pick at, pick on, pick out, pick over, pick off. We have 6 sentences here, so we can write these phrasal verbs into this spaces. Okay, next, pronunciation. It is very simple one. We have to learn how to speak some letters in English language. Here we are going to learn how different kinds of pronunciation have for the letter S. Okay, here you can see seed, sign, sound, mistake, insect, miss, purse, tortoise. Next one, B. Listen and repeat. Shadow, shallow, shock, mushroom, fashion, selfish, astonish, foolish. Next, C. Usual, usual, conclusion, measure, pleasure, revision, television, treasure, vision. Here all we are spelling as gen. Okay, this is the difference between the pronunciation of S. Okay, next you can see the foolish, conclusion, foolish, conclusion. There are 2 S and different pronunciation. Insect on the mushroom, foolish measures, shocking conclusion, usual mistake. Okay, I think you may understand the difference between the pronunciation of this S. First as S itself, next sh sound, last one j sound, vision. Okay, the next activity is listening. You have to listen something and you have to do some activity by listening. Okay, then here listen to choose these sentences. I will read some sentences. You have to listen, tick, write if it is a fact or an opinion. You have to tick it. You have to make a tick on that if it is a fact or if it is an opinion. You can see there are 2 column for each numbers. Then I will read sentences. You have to listen that sentence and you have to tick on this fact or opinion according to your vision. Okay, your idea. Remember, a fact is something that is true or correct. A fact is something true or correct, and an opinion is what someone thinks about something or someone. The opinion is what we thinking about something or about someone. It is an opinion. But fact is something very true and correct about something. Okay, so I will read these sentences. Please listen and tick as it is fact or is it is opinion. First one, I feel that the best part was the beginning when the heroine and her friends met the old man in the forest. I feel that the best part was the beginning when the heroine and her friends met the old man in the forest. Is it fact or is it opinion? Okay. Then second one, the film was first released in 1992. The film was first released in 1992. Is it fact or opinion? The third one, don't you think that the ending of the film was disappointing? Don't you think that the ending of the film was disappointing? Is it fact or is it an opinion? Fourth one, the main actress in the film went on to win an Oscar 5 years later. The main actress in the film went on to win an Oscar 5 years later. Is it fact or an opinion? Fifth one, the creature from the swamp was pure computer graphics according to the director. The creature from the swamp was pure computer graphics according to the director. Is it fact or an opinion? Sixth one, on the other hand, I did think that all the actors were excellent. On the other hand, I did think that all the actors were excellent. Is it fact or an opinion? Okay. Then next activity is speaking. Here are some ways in which we express opinions, some kind of methods that we can express our opinion. For example, I feel, I think, I agree, because, like that. Okay. For example, we can see, I feel it is very cold now, or I think it is night, or we can express like that our opinion, like that. Don't you think, on the other hand, you will agree that, since, but, or however, it is some methods we can express our opinions. Okay. Then next, work in pair. Take turns to express your opinions on these topics. Okay, here we have to make some up our opinions on these topics. We have the three opinions there. One, students should not bring mobile phones to school. What about your opinion on this subject? Second one, people should speak softly in public places. In public places, people should speak in softly words. Third one, both people on a motorcycle should wear helmets. Both people on a motorcycle, the all person who are traveling on the motorcycle should wear helmets. What about your opinion in this topic? Here are activities that pick one of these three subject and write your opinions on the subject, one page. Okay. Okay, then last activity, writing. Write a letter to your friend telling him or her about a scary film that you watched during the summer holidays. Follow this format. It is that you have to write a letter about a scary film you watched last days, any holidays, and you are explaining about that to your friend. We have an example, a format here. Your address, the date, and write dear, the name. First paragraph, general greetings, general introduction to the film, why you went to watch it, with whom and where. The introduction of that film, and why you went to watch the film, who opinioned you to watch that one. Okay. Second paragraph, short summary about the plot. Short summary about the plot. Plot is the main theme of this film. You have to write short of that main theme, the bits that you found scariest and why. And in second paragraph itself, you can write which scenes that made you scariest and why it was scary. Okay. Third paragraph, your thoughts about the film. What is your opinion about that film? How you felt afterwards. After watching the film, how you felt about that film. Last, whether your friend should watch it or not. And you can make an opinion that to say your friend you can watch it or you don't watch it, like that. Your opinion to your friend to watch it or to not watch it. After that, your affectionately or with love your name. It is the format to write a letter. So you can write a letter about a book you read, a scariest book you read, a novel, a story of ghost, or you can write that a film, a scariest film you watched in some days before. That you know, no need to watch a film to write this one. If you have watched it or if you have read a book, you can write. Otherwise, you can make an imagination that you have watched or you have read, then you can write one letter. Is it clear? Yeah, it is our activity in this chapter. I think you can do with this video and you can complete these activities. Okay, then thank you everybody.